Nice.
Nice. Wash that out.
Bish bash boosh.
Right.
Alright. Where's the pod agenda? Got it.
Right. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 55. 56 or 50. I was going to say 55.
I think it might be 56.
I'll drop music riff for you show after this.
Okay, cool.
55 of the Beers and Bods. Beers and Bods.
Beers and bod. I remember when bod was an insult.
Yeah, remember that?
I got called a
bod
bod a lot.
Was it like a neek?
Nerd.
I guess it's like how people
Nerd.
use neek now, right?
Is Neek nerd?
I thought it was like a moist guy. That's what.
I thought, but for me, bod was like nerd. Like I remember.
What's neek then?
I thought Neek was just like an annoying guy. No.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Maybe
that's
it
my
is.
interpretation.
See, I just take it as like a little loser.
Oh,
that's
fair.
what I take Neek
I mean,
as.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it's not.
It's
But I
not.
remember bod being a thing.
Yeah,
But
I
I haven't had that word in about 10 years.
I remember I had like, I wouldn't say who it is, but I remember coming into like our geography class, and there was a piece of homework that needed to be done, and I had done like multiple pages. I had like all my research, and then one of them.
we on geography together.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you might have been sat next to me, and one of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
said to
yeah.
me, "It's not good to be smart, you know. You're a bod." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. Just how stupid secondary school is. But anyway, yes.
Yeah. We're going to about Adam 22. No, we're not.
Oh my god!
So, guys, what do you think about Adam 22's wife getting smashed on doors?
Jesus
Her back doors getting
Christ.
smashed out.
That's crazy, man.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're
that's
not doing
wild.
that. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Not much is good. Have you anything exciting that's happened in your life since we last recorded? I went to Japan. Oh, did I get to speak about that? Did I even speak about
No,
that
you
last
didn't.
episode?
Speak about it.
I went to
Speak on it
Japan.
more.
It was a good time. I don't know what else to say. Does anyone want to know anything?
Fez.
You want to know anything?
It's up to you what you want to
I
say.
don't know. You ask some questions and I'm answering them.
Sorry, I've...
This guy has a.
Sorry, pardon me.
Oh,
Let's sneeze.
it's not funny with people
Sorry.
sneeze now, is it?
Sorry.
Oh, maybe you developed hay fever.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, does it live up to the rep? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. fair
It's
dues.
just a different way of life, isn't it?
What are the best? Oh, actually, no. I want to know what was your favorite food that you ate while you were there.
Oh, fam. Oh, I was going to say my favorite thing while there was food. I fucking love Japanese food. It's my favorite
great,
cuisine. We had this, what's like a fish market. It's called the Tsushiki Fish Market. It's like the local fish market. Basically, it was like, it's where the fishmongers used to get their fish
Yeah.
back in the day, but it burnt down in the 60s. But they built it for like a, not like for like tourists and
Yeah.
like locals to get fish from. And we had this fatty tuna belly that was from like, it was like bluefin tuna, which is like some of the best quality tuna you can get. And it was like sashimi, so it was raw. I've never tasted fish like that in my life. The freshness, the taste, it just melted in your mouth. I would, and the thing is as well, like that was probably the best quality sashimi I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I ate it from a plastic container in a fucking fish market, and I paid the equivalent of £7 for it. Yeah, I didn't get very much, but if you want to pay, I've never had sushi like that in my life. Like I don't think I've ate at some good sushi restaurants. No, I've ate at not that many. Like I've ate at like one or two good sushi restaurants in my life. Because I don't mind mid-tier sushi, it's fine. I just like sushi as it is. But I never had tuna like that. Like I've never had tuna steak like that. I've never had tuna like that.
Yeah. I've never had tuna steak before.
Tuna
have it,
steak's
yeah.
okay. It's not good. I mean, I've not had tuna sashimi like that though.
Yes.
Like it's different. Just a lot of good food, man. Like ramen was even like, you know what the plug was? 7-Eleven out there. It was the plug. Like, so I don't know. I went with my girl, and if you ask her, ask her. If you ask, I don't know why people in the pub will see her, but if you ask her what her favorite food was, she'll tell you it's the tuna and broccoli sandwich from 7-Eleven.
Tuna and broccoli.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I don't know what it was about that sandwich, but it fucking
sounds good,
slapped, bruv. It slapped. Like the 7-Eleven there was so good. Like even like you get like this iced coffee cup, and they make the iced coffee for you in the machine. The coffee quality is so good, and you're like, and it's like so cheap. Like people told me Tokyo was really expensive. And maybe it's because the people I spoke to went when they were younger and they didn't have as much money.
Yeah.
But it's so much cheaper, like eating out, it's so much cheaper than London. Like, we'd go to like a sushi restaurant, get bare sushi for each other. Like, share a platter of sushi, maybe get 2 free drinks. And it come like 15 quid each. And you're just like, oh, this is a fucking bargain. Like you get some ramen. It's like fucking
Wait, 15.
yeah each. Like that's the equivalent.
Russ.
And then you go to like ramen, you can get like a nice little big bowl of ramen for like a little £5.
Yeah.
Like that would be the equivalent price.
I don't know what it is about like this is different part of Asia, but we had it's really bad when I was in Thailand.
Yeah,
like,
I was
when
gonna
in
say.
Bangkok.
Yeah. I've heard
Bangkok.
about the 7-Elevens in
7-Eleven
Thailand.
in Bangkok, yeah. Honestly, for the period that we stayed at this hostel called Slumber Party Hostel, it turned out exactly how you would expect a hostel called Slumber Party Hostel to turn out. But the amount of the food, almost exclusively every day we would have 7-Eleven sandwiches, and even though it was terrible for my insides, tasted great. Tasted so good.
Do you have
There
the
was a ham and
toasties?
cheese toasty.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So good, man.
All
But,
I heard about
yeah.
Thailand is that
How about is it Kyoto that's like the really scenic?
Kyoto. I only spent a day in Kyoto, so I was
Okay.
in and out. Basically,
Yeah.
I spent most of my time. I wasn't there for that long. I was only there for like 10, 11 days.
Mm.
So I want to use my time wise. My feet by the end, my feet were done up, fam. I checked my average. There were days where I was doing like 30,000 steps.
Jesus.
Like, cause you are just. It's not like one of the days where you get to relax. Like I'm not even when I go on holiday. I'm like one of them people hate to go on holiday with because I want to do shit. Like I'm a horrible.
You're a do shit person.
I've always been a do shit.
Oh shit. Oh no, you have to be fair. Yeah.
When have I not
I'm
been
the
a do
same.
shit person?
I'm the same.
I'm a fucking ADHD mesh. I can't fucking sit down. But you say to sit down and read a book all day. I can't do this.
Yeah,
It's
fair.
not in my genetic makeup.
Fairs.
Like I'm ADHD. I have to do shit.
Yeah.
But not like to the extent like no. If I'm at a villa, like I will relax. Like
Yeah.
like I don't have to do shit. Like I don't have to go do activities. But I like to even if it's in the evening. Like I need to go out and walk. I can't be. I get cabin fever. I like to explore.
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel that.
like-
Especially if you're going somewhere as far as
It's
that,
Japan,
right?
like,
you
right?
need to,
So-
yeah.
I only spent a day in Kyoto and I spent 2 days in Osaka and one was at Universal, which was really fun.
Nice.
So we only passed through Kyoto. It was quite nice though, because I've said to a few people, like, Kyoto was interesting because we went to, like, they have a really famous food market there. I ate a lot, bruv. It's called the Dotonbori. No, it's not called the Dotonbori. That's the place. That was what the thing in Osaka was called. I don't remember what it was called. It's like a really famous food market in Kyoto. But to get there from the station, it was like half an hour. Well, we walked through like rural areas. Not rural areas, but like we passed houses. We passed like people's flats and shit like that. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, because in Tokyo, other than the place where I stayed on my first day, which where my family members live, I didn't see any houses or anything like that. So it was
It's
nice.
all high apartments, right?
Yeah, or like just buildings, because you're not in, like, if you come to London, you're not going to go to fucking, you know, you're not going to go to Stratford or Enfield.
Yeah,
Like, you're going to be, like, in the city,
Centre,
right?
Yeah.
Doing shit. It's the same there. So it was nice to see, like, people's houses. We passed a few temples. They were cute. You know, it was nice. Got some really good food there. Got some mochi there. I didn't really like it, but it was all right, you know. They like whiskey there.
Yeah, no,
They're
they
huge
do.
on whiskey.
I didn't even. I think like I watched some videos, of like I forgot what it was, man. Some guy like he was on holiday in Japan, but he was like a American dude who was like fluent in Japanese.
Fucking.
But it was just him. He was just traveling, like showing what he was doing. But I remember him going into like the store, and it was just like a convenience store. Bro, this guy picked up like a fucking like 2 liter thing of whiskey, and I didn't even think. And like he kept on asking people. He was like, "Oh yeah, like which one's the best whiskey? Like which ones?" And then they were like telling him, picking him out, and they were being very like intricate with the analysis of.
Oh
the
yeah,
taste
yeah,
and-
yeah. Because I bought some with my uncle's a really big whiskey guy.
Nice.
I don't know. You want to ask me a question about Japan? That's what Mahesh was asking me.
How's Japan?
It's good. Let's end on that topic. Yeah, but sake was good.
Nice.
It was so good. I bought 2 bottles back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your question.
Is it a rice
It's a,
one?
it's a rice
It's a
wine.
rum.
It's a rice wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of wine.
Do you not? Not anything.
It's nice though. Like, I think
I mean, Magnum, but even Magnum.
I don't. You know what?
Yeah,
I
Magnum
think
is
I.
like-
I think I fooled myself for many years thinking I liked Magnum.
I think I did that as well. Because I
'Cause
think last
I
time I
had
did, I
one-
think it was a Belle's birthday, and me and Henry both got some Magnum. We both drank it. Like, I was first sip, I'm like, this is whole fucking.
It kind
vibe.
of. I have the first time I'm like, oh, this is quite nice, and then like when I'm half through the bottle, I'm like, oh, can this be
Yeah,
done already?
I'm literally always forcing myself to finish the bottle. and I feel like sometimes I gotta drink it because I feel like I'll lose black points.
That's why I drink it all as well.
I'm using drinking my other black friends, they're fine with it, and I'm thinking,
me too.
I'm thinking, hey man,
with
this bottle's still not done.
I'm with all my mates. Everyone's drinking Magnums, and theirs are done, and I'm like, oh, I'm nursing mine.
When they start asking, what, you don't like Blackmans, should we bring out the Coronas? I'm thinking, oh, I prefer that. I don't even like beer, but I prefer that.
No, that's fair. I actually do agree. I feel like the hood's been tricked into believing Magnum's good for many a years.
Honestly, I
It's
feel
all
like,
right.
I feel like it's a staple because it's a staple. Because someone told you it's a staple.
Literally,
Like,
someone told me I had to drink
like,
this.
It's not terrible.
I
Like,
will drink
most
it.
alcoholic drinks are not like nice. I can't like a drink straight easily, but that's because of I don't know, probably there's deep rooted issues. Probably should get a
You just
therapist.
alcohol's
Rather drink
alcohol's
it,
easier though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Being self-aware is great.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about some topics though. Yeah, let's talk about some topics. Mahesh,
Yes, sir.
what's this thing, man? There's this. Okay, you need to explain. DLT
Yes.
is a party event.
Yes.
We went to it last year.
We did indeed.
Oh, that one we went in December.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Sneak Bowl came out.
Yeah. Well, I was already in bed by that time, fam. They have an event for 2024,
Yes.
which is in almost like a year's time, right?
Yes.
Like 10 months
Yep.
time or whatever.
Yep.
And it's sold out within minutes.
Yep.
Can you explain to me how, why?
I can explain why, but
I would like both of your opinions.
Get me Kelso, man.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll say it anyway, man. Niggas like following niggas. That's why they're niggas. You gonna take that out?
I'm not gonna take it out. I just want to zoom on my very uncomfortable face. You can see how comfortable I was during that sentence.
I feel a lot of people wanted it just because they saw it's trending, man. People like things because it's trending.
That's true, though. That's things about. Yeah, that's true.
It's like you don't have to force it just because you don't have to rush to put the ticket. Guys, in the whole country, you still got to book the holiday, everything, and it's the only thing you want to do in the holiday is just DLT. Like, come on, guys, man. Broaden your minds a little.
Yeah, we were just talking about this about holidays, though. Some people do just holiday to party, or some
don't have
people
it in me
do
anymore.
just holiday to like lie in warm weather. Like some people are built like that.
Wait, I lied. I
The
did that.
thing is, a lot of people are not deep in like because you bought the ticket, but because a lot of people are going to be going motor, then plane tickets and motor are going to go up.
And
Rock
accommodation.
skyrocket, yeah.
And accommodation.
Yeah, and accommodation as well. Accommodation is going to be so expensive. Like, you got to think before you do things. Like, don't rush and think, I want a ticket before you get a ticket. Like, let's be honest, most of us, working class, not me, but most people
No,
are.
your background's working class, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last few years we've been,
Yeah, but
done the upper hand,
you-
no, it's not for the vast majority of my life been
Yeah.
working class, at the bottom of the working class, but we got it eventually. But yeah, so it's not like you got money to spare.
No.
To be splashing away, like
Yeah.
you got to bear these things in mind. Like a lot of you're adults, like this stuff you got to be thinking
You're
about
also
these
forgetting,
things.
Shiro, everybody earns 100k a year on social
Oh,
media.
man.
Yeah.
When they talk about 100k is not a lot, if 100k is not a lot.
You know. Have you seen the tax offs that have been happening on Twitter recently?
I
tax
tried to
Tax
avoid
off.
that app,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I heard this going on, but I haven't seen it.
It's outrageous.
I
So
tried to
someone
avoid
dropped
that
it. Someone was like, I think he showed how much like he paid in tax in like.
Why would you show how much?
Yeah, and it was like 20 grand or something, or 25 grand, and then someone else replied. Someone replied, and then they
Tory government.
35, and then someone replied and said 30. But anyway, that's beside
I'd bet
the
a
point.
Tory government if I fucking had to pay 25 grand in tax a year.
No,
Fucking
honestly, when I got my first paycheck, I was thinking maybe them Tories on something.
hell. Yeah, man.
But they're the ones that keep raising
it. That's the thing. They're supposed to be
man.
the
They're highest than they've ever
They won't
been.
wipe away student loans either. Them
Yeah.
man are coming for me.
But okay, so DLT, or I think the full thing, it stands for Days Like This. So it's an event that's been running for about. I like to
days like
Days,
this.
yeah, big tune.
Sorry.
Great
record.
$$, yeah. Wait, no, Days Like This. I've got it completely
Right,
wrong.
the original
I'm
song.
about Nights Like This. Oh
Happy
shit, my bad.
days like this, my mama said.
I think it's been running for a few years now. Maybe I'd like to say like 2 or 3 years. So in 2022, so last year, they went abroad. They took their endeavors abroad. Their their day parties always almost sell out. And so they decided that they're gonna go abroad. I think they had quite a good lineup of artists last year.
Oh, did they get artists to perform as well?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not just a motive.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay.
also a concert. Yeah, like this year I think they had like Sir, Asha K. There's a whole list, but like
right.
quite a few big
Okay,
artists.
so
performed,
right.
Yeah.
That was that crowd.
Yeah. I think last year they had like
it did look good from what I see.
yeah. Kate Renada last year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Kate Renada
Oh,
last
okay.
year.
I have
okay.
a feeling that a lot of people that are going to be going to the next one are going to spoil it. Because a lot of them just saw, there's Gal walking around with Nyash and they
I don't care about this. I want to see
events,
Kate
man.
Renada and
Yeah.
Sir and them, man.
Exactly.
And that is Asha K, did you
Who
say?
knows?
Yeah, Asha
How
K.
many
Nice.
people ruin events like at uni, certain motives, people are just trying to barge past me because you want wine. It's like, my brother in Christ, have you not seen women before?
Yeah.
Don't barge past me because I'll get angry. And now
So
none
last-
of us
Yeah,
none of
yeah,
us
yeah.
can get wines.
So last year you had like Kate Renada.
Oh,
you
wow.
had it's quite. You had WizKid, Kate Renada,
Rah!
Benji Flow Composers, Tewa, Western, Shinsia, and then this year.
That's alright.
Yeah, so it's like I think there are.
Oh,
different aspects to
that's
it.
a decent lineup.
There are different aspects to it as well. Like you got the party stuff, but there's also like music as well. And then I think this year you had like Asha K, you had Sir, you had what's his name? The guy Jo, the guy who made 22, and then quite a few Afrobeats artists. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they
Oh,
went
that's
abroad.
fun.
And last year, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't know people who went, but I saw like images and videos from it. It looked really fun.
Yeah.
So based on that, they announced this year. People were up in arms about like prices back in like February. People still bought the tickets. It's still sold out. And I'm not gonna lie, I knew quite this
How
time.
much was it?
So I think it was different. So you could do the party pass. So you could just buy like the event, for the events. I think that might have been like maybe £100.
That's
or
not bad. If it's a
or
few
maybe
days.
150 for like the whole.
If it's a
stretch.
few days, that's not
100
ridiculous.
I might be wrong because I remember looking at it, but I don't remember the exact prices. But it was in 3 figures. For all the events, it was like at least 3 figures.
That's not bad though.
Yeah.
If it's like a 3-day thing,
Exactly.
you're paying way more than that. For something
I
like
think it might have
wireless.
been like £100. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and then you have like I think then the other thing was like VIP, and then you also had the pass and accommodation thing.
There, you're gonna get ripped off.
And then
there,
the accommodation, that was like when you're looking at like, oh my bruv, some of the things I saw like £700-800 for like the pass
In
and
Malta?
accommodation. It's because like it was booked through the
they're gonna dick
Oh,
you in
no,
it.
no,
They're
no.
gonna
So,
definitely
yeah.
dick
So-
you. Yeah.
So yeah, but then no, I knew probably about 10 to 15 people who went, and I'm not gonna lie, it looked amazing. Like it looked absolutely fantastic. People looked like they had a really good time. But what
good.
people have said since is like I think escapades happened, but I'll be real, like from what it looked like people
what
look great.
regard?
Everyone like the people look
Escapades in what regard?
like sexual.
Oh, shit,
escapades.
okay.
Like because
Oh,
everyone-
man,
you know like alone-
consensually.
Huh?
Consensual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Girls are gay.
I was
no.
thinking, whoa.
No,
yeah.
of course.
Crime watch.
No, there was like an Aloni thread, and there was some of the stuff that was as always.
She might be my biggest op as well.
She went Bishops. you know.
Huh?
She
She
went
went to
Bishops.
Is it?
Yeah.
Her younger sister was in music form.
I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Singer. But yeah, so I think it looked like a great time, but I think some people saw that thread, and then saw I'll be honest, like the women look great, saw that, and like a lot of, and as Jerome said, I think it may be spoiled because people were going for that, but the people who went said, you know what, genuinely, it was just vibes.
Yeah.
People were just having a good time. Whatever happened was like a bonus, but people were just there to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
But I'll be real, like this year, it looked amazing. Like I was burning looking through those stories.
I think if I went there, I would have got body dysmorphia, man. Everyone,
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
everyone there
Look
chiseled,
amazing,
like,
bruv.
that is like you had to have an 8-pack minimum.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah. No, 100%. I would have had body dysmorphia for sure.
And with the girl figure 8,
Yes, no,
it's
outrageous.
like everyone's just sort of shaped well.
Hourglass. Yeah.
Not me, though.
But it looked like but yeah, it looked great. And I think so. The maddest thing is, so they announced. I think maybe the week after DLT happened, they announced 2024 sold out. They've added another weekend on top of it, and that's also sold out.
Jesus Christ.
So the demand is like
More
they've
going to
something-
have an inflation
they've
problem
got, they've
soon.
got something special, but
From
Yeah,
a
no.
business point of view, this is
well,
great
look,
for
it's
them.
smashing
Yeah.
it, smashing it. But no, in all honesty, it looks like a good time. I get why people go. I'm intrigued to see like what it will be like. I won't be able to go next year.
But if I was on capitalized with just little tops and just
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Little white
but-
t-shirts or something.
Yeah.
DLT.
Yeah, it looks like a good time, but yeah. I guess that's kind of the
Days like this is by Van Morrison.
Ah,
Fun
okay.
fact.
But yeah, but as Jerome said, I think there is like an aspect of, I think it is kind of cool to go there, and because so many people are going, other people feel compelled to.
Yeah.
But like, it's not it's not cheap. So like, I think you gotta
Be mindful.
Yeah, be
in
mindful.
your purchases.
Yeah, in your of what you
Yeah,
do,
everyone be financially responsible. Or don't be, I don't care.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
talk.
more fun if you don't. but-
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're gonna talk staying fun stuff.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, let's have a fun podcast. Fuck this shit. This is all a lot of sad stuff.
Yeah.
Here's a
no
good
Dele Alli
question.
then.
Huh?
So no Dele Alli.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can speak about it if you want. Yeah.
Oh no, that's sad.
I don't
Yeah,
really
it's
know
really
how
sad.
like to talk about it in honesty.
Yeah.
So recently it came out that unfortunately when Dele Alli was a child, I do not know the extent 'cause I did not watch the interview. I just saw the headlines. He was physically molested as a
I think when he
child.
was 6 by his mum's friend.
Fuck, it's sad because when you hear these stories as kids, it is, I guess sometimes it is someone they know, but it's very rarely someone, a random stranger that happened, it does it to them. It's always someone who is in a position of care, who has some sort of bearing over that child, whether it be directly as a family member or through school or through a parent's friend. And it's just really sad. And Dele Alli's had a lot of ups and downs in his career. He's had a lot of highs and especially
lot of highs.
recently a lot of lows.
Yeah.
We're not gonna bring them up because there's
I
no
remember
point.
the goal against Palace.
Oh, what a fucking goal!
I think one goal of the season that
finish,
year.
yeah.
Deservedly.
Now.
No.
Made his way up through the MK Dons Academy, got a big move to Spurs, and regardless of all that, it's just horrible to see him reflect. He's probably held up to himself for so many years, and for him to come out and say it and speak about it openly, all the power to you, mate. I don't know you personally, but I'm very proud of you to have the courage and the words to speak on a matter which I can imagine as an older man is very embarrassing to admit that happened to you, even though it shouldn't be. It is. I can imagine it
There's a
is
stigma
very
around it,
embarrassing.
unfortunately, yeah.
Pride.
A lot of pride, a lot of you might blame yourself. There's so many internal issues that can happen with that. So, well done, Dele Alli, for speaking about it, and hopefully more people will come out now, and it maybe might even help younger kids who go through the same thing, who are going through the same thing, maybe speak out about it. So, all power to you, mate. Anything else to add?
Yeah, it was like, I'll keep this brief because it just makes it even more depressing. But like, yeah, he spoke about he had a really rough upbringing. So like, he was molested. He was made to sell drugs at the age of 7, and then he was put up for adoption when he was like 12. And then recently he struggled with addiction to sleeping tablets, and of course like all the mental health because of the last few years for him haven't been the best.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say it's not. He's not at his peak in terms of his football career. So and he was quite open.
I
and he
always
said
think it must be so sad that
yeah.
you once at the top. He was looking like he was gonna end up as an all-time.
Yeah.
Especially
Like,
broke through when
I think-
Crazy.
I'm not sure if Gary Neville said it about him, but it applies to him. I think he was talking about him as like one of the saddest things in football is not seeing a player reach their potential.
Yeah, 1000%.
Because like he was on like the door of world class even when he was like 2021.
It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
it's like he should have been like up there amongst the best
Yeah.
attacking players of all time.
Yeah, he should have been.
So, yeah.
We were
It's
talking about he
obviously-
was going to have a place in the England lineup for years to come. You know what I mean? He was that kind of
but
player.
literally when he was in the World Cup squad, I think 2018, everyone probably thought it was like first of a few World Cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
probably his only World Cup.
yeah, as Lloyd said, like the strength and the bravery that it takes to speak about something, especially I think, especially when it comes to men, and especially men who are famous and who are
sport
perceived
as
as
well.
having in sport perceived of like being. I mean, he is successful. But like
when-
I think sorry, go on.
Within sport, like there's this whole like I forgot who said it to LeBron, but there's this whole sharp and dribble kind of
Yeah.
mentality,
Yeah.
and it's the same in football as well.
Politicians were saying that to him when he was speaking about the George Floyd situation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like
They say shut up and dribble.
it's that whole thing. It's like we don't care about you off the pitch,
Yeah.
and yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
you're
but, like,
exactly right.
And then a
You're
lot of
exactly right.
politicians were saying that about Rashford when he wanted to. They were
Yep.
saying like, oh, he should focus on.
Yep.
I think even
And-
pundits as well were talking about,
Yeah.
oh, he should be focusing
We
on.
said
on
about
his football.
what's the
This
face
kid's starving.
Mings
like,
as well.
Yeah.
When he came out against the old immigration person.
Oh yeah,
called?
yeah.
I forgot her name.
Pretty
Patel.
Patel. Damn
Yeah.
it, I should know that.
They're
Like-
saying about Tyron Mings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just
It's kind of this attitude that like because you are successful,
you can't have complaints.
You can't have complaints,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can't, and things can't be tough for you. But like I think, and I'll be honest, like sometimes it really gave me a reminder as well to think about sometimes the way like I speak about players and just everyone in general does. Like even though they are
It's
successful,
not
even
even
though they
players.
go
It's
on-
like people you know who might have had a better upbringing than you.
Yeah.
Like the way
Yeah, yeah,
I used to
yeah,
speak
yeah.
about people who had. I grew up in a very working class household. You know,
Yeah.
nothing was ever easy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I went out in like we weren't in the food bank, but like
Yeah.
it weren't easy.
yeah.
But like the way I used to, when I was like 18, 19, I'd speak about people with money who came from money or came from a lot better background. The way I would speak about them and the way I would not like like I'd sort of discredit their achievements because you got there
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
like you kind of even in that extent, like, you know, we should all just struggle
Sure,
regardless.
100%.
Let's not quantify struggle.
Yeah.
Like,
No
what
matter
are we
what-
doing?
It's not a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, you'd rather not have it.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what stage of life you're in, no matter what career, whatever profession, you're gonna have struggle. And like I think, yeah, in football, there's kind of this perception of, oh, you're paid so much, you're successful, you're famous. Like who are you to complain? But like what's actually been really lovely today is like after this interview, I think the interview dropped this morning. Everyone has just been so open in their support of Delhi, and it's just like, as I said, more power to you, Delhi. Amazing. Just the fact, just to share that and be so open with that, I think, again, it will help other people see. And one of the best things about that interview was he said that, I mean, overall, it was a really sad what he was saying, but he said he's in a really good place now, and he feels like mentally strong, and he feels ready to tackle the future ahead no matter what happens. And really good to see as well how Everton have supported him in that. But yeah, just
One thing about Everton, they usually are
quite classy
off the pitch.
Yeah.
They usually are on the right side of history. Like
Yeah.
you see how certain clubs that finished second in the league last season
That,
they
have
keep a certain
yeah.
player the whole year because he's good at football. Everton's best player, similar incident. He was
Got rid of him instantly.
Certain other clubs also finished in the top four. See what happened with very clear video evidence and still retain him.
And have another player is somewhat
yeah.
similar. Yeah, thinks he's a
Vile.
boxer
Vile.
outside
Vile,
with
but
women.
yeah,
You know who you are.
yeah,
Yeah.
vile. But anyway, as you were saying, like more power to Delhi. Yeah, I hope your story. I'm wishing you all the best, man. Like he will never see this, but
yeah, whatever,
we're wishing
man.
him all the
We
best.
wish
If
him
he
the
does,
best.
Yeah, we hope he
Wish you
does.
the best.
We hope he does. Sorry, yeah, we hope he does. But yeah,
Yeah.
Should go into a fun question. I've got. Do you
But
want to say
on struggle in terms of in a Brighton,
Yeah.
talking about struggle reminded me my friend posted something on Insta. It was like people talking about they're babysitters growing up. I'm thinking like babysitters. I grew up on hide behind the fucking sofa. You hear that doorbell?
Yeah. No one's home.
Duck.
I had-
Curtains closed.
Yep.
Lights off.
I'll be honest. I had a pair growing up.
I don't think I had it when I was
Yeah.
really, really little. Like, I'm talking when I was like when you literally cannot leave a
Yeah, I
child.
remember when I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I
like,
used to
there
have one
was,
then.
This one lady, because I went same preschool as her son. So yeah, actually went they're going primary school together as well. But yeah, so sometimes it might just leave me with her or leave me with like one of my next door neighbors.
Yeah. I think that my babysitter was
But
just
it
like our
was-
teenage
Yeah,
neighbor down the road, and this was years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, but that was like when I was really. Eventually, it was like, all right, your sister's old enough to
Yeah.
look after you.
No, no,
'Cause
this
obviously,
happened.
that-
Go on.
yeah.
Your sister's old enough to look after you, so
Yeah, I was the only one who got a
So,
babysitter.
I was older,
don't open the door to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that
We're
exact
not
spiel.
expecting any visitors.
Yeah.
I remember
Don't
that
let
exact spiel.
anybody in. Don't think about playing out because you're not allowed when I'm not
Yeah.
there. I didn't listen to that one.
Nah, the fear of God.
Got in trouble a few times thinking I can get back before them.
No, the fear of
They
God.
didn't tell you when you're getting back.
That was it, right? Why did you never know?
Eventually you just had to realize it's not worth it.
No, it's not worth
You're
it.
getting-
Do you remember-
You get in big trouble.
Do you
Get
remember-
in big trouble.
Do you remember when you tell your parents one time, and then they start hotting up your phone, and you don't answer, and then you get back, you open the door, and you know you're about to face all hell.
You know,
mate.
eventually I got to a certain age and I was thinking, I'm in trouble anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, I was
one-
like 15, 16.
like,
I was like, I've got to
one
embrace
time
the trouble.
Yeah.
One time I think I don't remember how old it is. I was like, they were someone asked me like, oh, what time are you supposed to be at home? And I looked at the phone and I was like, now. And then I was like, no, and then I feel, what are you gonna do? I was like, I'll be honest, I'm in trouble already, man. I'll dive into it, man. We might as well just enjoy the
It's
night,
alright,
man.
the bus got
So
raided.
literally I decided,
Yeah.
oh, that was a different time. But now this one,
That was one
you
of
know
the
that
best.
worked. It worked when they didn't care.
Can you share this
I
story?
think they didn't
If
care.
you no, if you
Oh,
if you
whoa,
feel-
wait,
Literally,
wait.
alright, so I think I told my parents I'll be home at 2. I knew I wasn't being home at 2. I knew I was gonna be home like 5, 6. I think I got home 6.
Yeah, we got home late that day.
So my parents were calling me, I think it was 3. And I said, let me think.
We were in
what it is.
central
I said, you
London.
know what it is? I said, the bus got
Leicester
raided.
Square.
Yeah, I was thinking too much about North London. We were not in North London
We
no
were in
more.
Leicester Square.
We were not in North London no more. I was, those things. Technically, I think we were in Northwest at the time. I think we were in Camden.
Oh, we were in Camden at that
Oh,
point.
okay,
Yeah, we
did
started
pass
in
Camden,
Leicester
yeah.
Square. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
so the bus got raided, and it worked.
so I said,
raided.
yeah, bus got raided. I think they just didn't care.
They just
Yeah.
wanted you to make a good excuse.
I think I remember when I was like, I remember when Jerome was saying like, don't open the door to anyone. I think I was 15 or 16 the first time I was like left alone with my sister. 'cause
Oh, really?
I was deemed as old enough to be responsible for Radhika. And yeah, I remember them giving out, don't open the door to anyone, lock everything, but
For me, it was
Yeah.
when my sister was like 11.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was done with that responsibility when I was like
Jesus.
12.
So I was like, I would have been 9.
fucking hell.
Yeah, fun times, man.
Good times, man. I miss
Yeah.
childhood.
All right, that's a good one.
It's fun until you realize mum gave you one instruction: just take the chicken out of the freezer.
Oh!
When you get that call.
Oh, and honestly, when you're older, you really get it. Like, imagine
yeah.
you're at work all day. You
I'd
give
be
your child one thing. Just take the chicken out of the freezer,
Yep.
just to let it defrost.
Yep.
And haven't done that one thing.
I
Like, what the
remember
fuck you gonna eat?
I tried to put it in a fucking bowl of water once. I was like, just
Yeah.
quickly work.
In the hot water to make sure that it
It's like, don't fall though.
yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
remember once, I said to my sister, get a hairdryer, man.
So
And we tried it, and
dangerous.
they were like, we tried it, and it was like, it will melt. It's like, food. She's gotta know it's a hairdryer. And I was thinking, listen, it's either we're in trouble or we're in big trouble. Let's choose.
It's salmonella or we're in big trouble. And salmonella sounds better right now.
You just play it off as, oh, we're kids, we made a mistake. Like, that was a fun part
Did you
about
ever have
growing up.
to,
You know, all the times when you're already in trouble, just sometimes like either double down or just pick which trouble you're gonna get.
Yeah. Did you ever get left with jobs? And then like,
Of course.
and then you realise your parents are back an hour. You're like, shit, I haven't cleaned shit.
Yep.
And then you start running around the house like a
Oh my
fucking
God.
maniac.
Yeah. No, I remember
Every fucking time.
for some reason on like Sundays, even now my parents are always like out and doing things, and like I think this is when I was in it was even when I was in uni, you know, when I was like I think I was like 18, and my dad was like, okay, yeah, when we get back, I think he said this to me at 11 a.m. in the morning. He's like, yeah, when we get back, I want all the dishes washed, I want the kitchen cleaned, spick and span. I remember sitting
My
on my
dad
bed.
did not say spick and span.
Well, Mum did. Mum did. Yeah, you know, in all fairness, Mum did. But and I remember, I think it was like 6 p.m. and I'm sat in my bed and I'm hearing the door unlock, and I'm thinking, I am fucked. I am so finished because I'm not done. Because I think sometimes, right, you can do a little bit, so you can make it be like, yeah, I'm in the process, but I'd done nothing, and I was like, I remember in that door, I was like, yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk some other stuff.
Yes, sir. You want to ask a $1 million question?
Yeah, I'm gonna change the $1 million question.
Oh,
though.
okay.
I stole this from my favorite Instagram account ever. I don't know what Breadbasket.
Oh.
Breadbasket's the best Instagram account.
Because a lot of their questions I've
Breadbasket, they're goated. Since I don't know where
Is it
I
that
found
pair
them.
of dudes?
Yeah,
I think
they
of
do
them-
the drafts.
One of them, I think they said either just take $1 million or you got 3 chances to score a penalty against the best goalkeeper in the world
And you get
10
10
million.
Oh, I'm
Let me
taking
not
the
lie,
3.
I wouldn't even say I'm good at football. I'm not. Take me to the spot, man.
Really? I don't like gambling
3
like that.
chances.
3 million.
chances.
But if
nah.
you miss, does that mean you lose the $1 million?
No.
I'm not gonna lose $1 million. But where am I gonna get $1 million to pay?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this isn't
I
paid
mean,
entry.
if you
Nah, I'll
Or
take
it's
it.
either $1 million or
you go to the penalty
Oh,
spot.
okay.
To
I'm taking the
I feel
mill.
like, no, listen, penalty.
I'm a dead baller.
Most penalties are scored.
terrible.
Listen, all you
I'm
need
really
to,
bad.
it just need to go the wrong way.
That's actually
It's to
true.
go the wrong way. You just need to score once. Most penalties are scored. You need to score one out
I
of
didn't
3.
realize
The
how
thing
hard
is,
penalties are though. Until,
I
sorry,
do
go on.
think I'd score one, in all honesty.
Yeah, I
I
think-
just don't want to take the chance. Like, I really
I
do
feel
back
like
myself to score one.
I back myself to score at least one.
I do back myself to
Minimum
score one.
one.
I
I
didn't.
think in the Premier
one-
League, 80% of penalties are
go
scored.
down the middle, they'll dive,
I'll
you know.
back me.
I didn't realize how hard it is to score a penalty until I took one, and I was like, well, this ain't easy. I'm
took
a
one
terrible
when
baller.
I was like 16. I was crap
Yeah.
at it, but I took one. I think when I was 20 something. I think 20 or 21. 20. I was 21. Yeah, I
21.
was thinking, pens are easy.
What's that? Yeah, it's no.
Okay,
Go on.
so I'm changing $1 million question.
Yeah.
Would you rather be the richest person in the world,
Mm.
or you can have super speed, but no one can know? So what I mean by no one can know is you could have run here, Jerome,
Okay.
to the front door, but you couldn't have run up the stairs because we would have known. Cameras, we're not including cameras. We're just going to include human eyes.
But no,
But not like while you're running. It's just like you can't arrive and people be like, what the fuck, where did you come
Is
from?
no one to know like I gotta have secret identity and everything?
Nah.
like,
It's not like you're not a
feel
superhero.
I feel like alright,
You're not a
see,
superhero.
no one can know if it. I think it
You can't put a costume on either,
It
yeah.
brings some inconvenience. 'Cause it means
Exactly.
even with the super speed, you're gonna have detours, and you're gonna be running doing the detours. It's gonna be annoying you. I'll say I'd rather be the richest person. in the
Me
world.
too.
Okay, I'm going to change the money factor there.
Okay.
3 million or super speed but no one can know?
I'm taking the $3 million.
Really? I do just... It is cool to be the only person who
Yeah,
run fast,
I mean,
though.
but I think I take.
I take
'cause
3
because of
mil
the
as well.
inconvenience factor. Then if it was just super speed, I might take.
If it's super speed or
I
the
think I
richest
might
person in the
take
world,
speed.
what are you doing? I'm taking super
I-
speed
I
all
think I'd take
fucking
the
day.
speed.
You guys taking the speed?
Yeah,
Yes!
Am I greedy?
Listen,
You're the
yeah.
only person in the entire
I'm
world
thinking-
who can run
you know
that
how,
fast.
You know how cool that would be. Like, well, first of all, it's you, so you can just get to places. Just
Also, you'd
know?
be like a marketing ploy. Like,
To be
you'd
fair,
get
you could
money
use the
anyway.
Super speed to rob a bank, right?
No, but you didn't even
why
need
is
to.
that your mind? Why is that where
You
you're
wouldn't
going?
need to,
You're-
like-
it's not even just you're thinking of money. You're thinking of crime.
Literally.
He's definitely one of those people. If they had superpowers, they'd be a villain.
No,
His first thing was.
I'm thinking about
his first thing
marketing.
is, what about robbing a bank?
Listen,
I'm thinking about. Listen, I can get to A to B really quickly. Like someone be
Also,
like,
I'm
"Oh,
the
Jerome, you're
only
running late."
person.
I'm thinking, I'm running, but I ain't gonna be late.
And also, you become like so famous. Like,
Yeah.
you make enough money from like marketing deals and shit
don't
like
wanna-
that.
You don't want to become
Be
like
like A-Train,
Yeah, this is what you're about to say.
Yeah, like A-Train.
but
what-
without,
but
without
the
the-
drugs
Yeah,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
the
and
villains.
the murder.
Yeah.
No, but no.
Okay, imagine accidentally killing someone. Though.
Oh, that's
Oh,
God, that's
in the
wild.
way he didn't care. He
didn't care.
I was like, bruh.
First episode as well.
It was me. I'll be a nightmares for it.
Do you think
Years.
if you had super speed, like, does that mean also everything?
We're
That's
not
one
looking
thing.
too deep into
I'd
it.
say just
No,
so,
I'm
just so
curious.
it doesn't.
Just to keep
Go on,
the
go on, go on.
question
just to keep
simple.
the question simple.
You
I'll
just
say
run
got
fast.
you can perceive everything.
Ah,
so,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, you just run fast.
The reason why I talked about robbing
Your
a bank.
metabolism's the same.
Okay.
The
Everything's
reason
the
why you
same.
talked about robbing a bank is
Hear me
because you're a thief.
See, I was
You're
talking about
a thief at
marketing.
heart.
Hear me out.
You're talking about marketing. I was talking about convenience, and your first
out.
question is theft.
Listen, hear me out. Money or super speed,
I'm taking super speed.
but you can use the super speed to get money.
You could use super
even
speed
what he said. Yours is crime.
I mean, yeah.
You'd be like the most
I mean, to
famous
be fair-
person alive.
To be fair, they're not gonna catch him.
That's true, but you could just book. Oh, yeah, that's true. But you could like do something else. Like you could. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
You could build wealth for like
and to be honest, I
generational
like
wealth.
Sonic the Hedgehog way too much as a kid to not take super speed.
But also, you'd be the only
I'll be
person
like, gotta go
ever.
fast.
Like, talk about leaving a legacy when you die. You'd be the only person ever to have super speed.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You could make a real life Sonic like course.
Just for yourself.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't want to make
Mahesh, I don't know where your brain is with this question. Robberies, Sonic courses. What?
I mean, no, to be honest, now that you said that, let him cook.
Hear me out.
Yeah, you
That'd be
build
fun
it.
to run though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times?
Yeah, I mean, how many courses they got? Like,
I
You've
know-
got to build them. They don't exist.
Some
I
of
know
them-
I
some of
said-
them
I know I
gotta
said we're
build
not
them for
talking
me.
about-
Listen, I think they'll probably some TV studio be like,
That
let's
is
run
true. Yeah,
this.
that is true.
how
Yeah,
many
that's
times?
my idea.
The
Probably
last
put some robots to jump on as well. Man.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true. That'd be a great show.
the last extra detail I'm not gonna get into this too deep, but how fast? Are we saying like Flash, A Train?
We're not running back in time.
No. Thank
A
God.
Train.
Let's say A Train.
Just say A Train or Flash. I don't care.
Oh, yeah,
You can get from A to B very fast. Why are you reading too deep into
Yeah.
this?
I might do.
Let's just say you can run out. Oh no, what's really fast?
As long as there's no Homelanders getting
Oh,
involved.
yeah.
No, you're the only
Don't want
person
any-
on the
don't want
planet.
any person like
Homelander,
that.
man. He's
You're the only person who has the super speed.
Mhm.
You still take.
I think now I'm taking the super speed.
I'll take the super speed 100%.
If it's you, no one knows. I'll take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, if no one knows, I'll
By
take
no
the
one
money
knows, does that
'cause
mean you
it's
can
too-
only use it when like no one?
No
one's
one's
right.
looking. Like,
Yeah.
there's also you can't make a disguise and tell. It's not like you
Well,
can
what if
build
you're
a
like
costume.
see The Incredibles, the first film, when
Yeah.
Dash managed to run so fast, they caught him on camera and they still couldn't.
No,
see
I said we'll allow cameras because cameras is where it gets too
No, it
sticky.
was in, like,
Because if
he
you
did
can't.
it in front of people, nobody can prove it because he moved that fast. He moved faster.
Nah. We're not having that. We're not having that.
But that was sick though.
'Cause I did-
Incredibles was a great film, man.
Great film.
Incredibles is fantastic.
Great movie.
Yeah.
So what's the second one?
It was alright.
I need to go
First
back
one
to
was
this.
better.
Yeah, first one is different. They left so long between the first
Yeah.
and second one.
Yeah.
I don't know why they left so long. It's like
Maybe
that
that
was
was
a demand for it,
Preview.
clearly.
And wasn't there a preview
Yeah,
at
there was
the
the
end of the
preview.
first?
And that Undermine wasn't even in the fucking film.
Yeah, I think they made a game.
Game, they did.
Yeah.
A Game Boy game, yeah.
It was
yeah.
alright. I think
Yeah.
it was on PS2 as well.
Yeah, I didn't play the game.
It was alright. I remember.
I wanted
The
to,
Incredibles
but-
game was really
I wanted
good.
to,
Yeah,
but
me-
as-
on
as
Game
we-
Boy.
I had on PS2. It
Oh,
was
on
really
Game Boy.
good.
I wanted the game, but as we said earlier, I didn't grow up in the upper hand, man. I didn't get everything I wanted as a kid.
I mean, either.
I didn't get a lot of the things I wanted. To the point I grew up to just. I got to a point. It's like, what's the point in asking?
Oh, you sound like
If
me.
it's not your birthday, man. Shut
Oh
up.
no! I used to save everything for my birthday.
Yeah, literally.
I used to
save
think
for a
all year
birthday.
and need to think
But
really
then
hard for the
issue
one
is,
thing I want.
Because Fever would drop around my birthday, and I knew I wanted Fever, so it's like I have to cash in.
I had the whole year to think about everything I wanted, and I get them both 4 days between each other. I get nothing else for another year.
The funny thing
At least you have a nice staggered time. I was like, I had the whole year.
I got in a few months. I've got some cool new
Got
stuff.
4 fucking
And then he's
days.
got 4 days. Like you get his stuff in 4 days.
That's
Like,
it. I'm not getting any. I never used to get stuff other than my
After that,
birthday.
it's like see you next year.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I just remember making like I used to take the Argos catalog and like circle all the things.
Oh,
I wanted
no,
and make,
no,
like,
So
fancy
look for the
list.
art. That's the real struggle. Like you look for art.
I did that once.
At toys, you know you're not getting.
Yeah. No, one
Oh,
time
man.
I was doing
I'll
it.
be looking at it like, this
My
shit
mum
looks
was
cool,
like,
I'm
my
not
mum
getting it,
literally was like, "Can you stop looking through that, please? You're making me feel bad." She
My
literally
parents
said
didn't
it
feel
to me.
bad.
I remember like guilt trip my parents one.
Oh,
Like,
my mum could not be
I'll
guilt tripped. Except that time I was looking for the Argos catalogue. Clearly.
I think what you gotta wait for is the aunties, and uncles, grandparents.
Well, you guys had
Guilt trip them,
present
man.
families.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
man.
My families
Like,
gave me
well,
shit.
my aunt used to visit us quite a bit when I was little, so I managed to convince her to get me some what's it called, some match attacks. Not even just the tin.
Oh, the tin,
And I can't
right?
lie, I used to get crazy pack. Like first pack I ever bought, I got shiny 5-star Didier Drogba.
Oh, did you ever?
Same
I had
pack
the. I used to
Fabregas as
keep
well,
it in
but it
the.
weren't shiny.
I kept it in the binder. I was a
Yeah.
binder guy. Yeah.
Same, 'cause I was thinking, I've got a lot of these, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
This is for the show offs.
I used to do the fucking.
I used to come to
I used
school.
to organise it. I used to have
And
Arsenal,
yeah,
Aston
same. I
Villa,
was thinking-
Birmingham.
I was
Like, I
thinking
had it in
Arsenal
fucking
here,
order.
yeah.
Match attacks.
And honestly, that a lot of kids had it like that as well.
Yeah,
Sometimes
same.
people would bring it out in the binder because of that. And then people and teachers would be like, "Oh, you got swapping cards." Like, these are not for swapping.
These
they're
are for
collecting.
yeah.
Only for swap if you got doubles.
Yeah.
Because if you swap, that means you can't have that anymore.
Admiration. Do you remember? I remember when they bought club captains. Remember that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
had one of the first club captains on the playground, and with this one don came up to me. Yeah, he had a stack of cards this high. I think he must have had always doubles, bruv. He was like, "I'll give you all of these for that." I was like, "No, this seems too good of an offer here." Like, I bet they were all just a bunch of duds, but I was like, "Oh, there's probably a few
That was
cards."
the funny
that
part about match attacks. It was supposed to be a game. No one played.
we used to play it.
I mean,
We used to play it. No, we used to play it
Right,
how you would play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. I think that's how it's supposed.
No, but we literally put
Yeah.
like them into attack and defense mode. Like, we fully played it at school like it was Yu-Gi-Oh. It was actually quite fun. But you had obviously you didn't have. We didn't give you 2,000 life points.
And what was the thing with? They had something else instead of match attacks. It was before match attacks.
Oh, I
Began
didn't.
with an S, I think.
Shootout.
Shootout. I think
I
it
never
was
had
shootouts.
shootout. I only
had
started
I had
collecting the
those. I
match
think
attacks.
First one I had, I remember I got gas because I had Gilberto Silva. But he was 2 stars. I was fuming.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking
Did any
fucking
of you-
Gilberto Silva 2 stars.
Did either of you ever collect like the what's it called, the Panini stickers for like?
Not like
Nah.
your.
I did it for Euros and World Cup.
'cause I always felt like him. As I said, I wasn't on the upper hand growing up, so I was thinking, there's only so many things I can ask for. It's like, if I don't want it that much, no point.
I would get the book, but I would never complete it. Like, I wasn't really. And also in my head, as I was a kid, I was like, why would I pay the same amount for a pack of things that I'm just going to stick in a book
Yeah.
where I can get match attacks,
attacks.
which are actual cards
Yeah.
for the same price?
Did
So
anyone-
in my
See,
head,
cards used to go like for back as
Did
a
anyone-
kid. They went triple
Crazy.
platinum, like top trumps.
Top Trumps
Yeah,
are triple
Top Trumps,
platinum, yeah.
Literally, when people at the Star Wars, the people were just fucking screaming, thinking, "I've got Yoda."
The thing is with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I think my mum was so happy when I started getting match attack. Is again going back to Jerome said about the upper hand. I didn't really get bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards like that because they were like £3 a pack when we were kids.
Yeah, it was like free. But
then
when we
when
were
my-
kids, like match sets were a lot cheaper.
When it was 45p, my mum would give me 50p and be like, go to the shop and then you can get yourself a pack of cards as well. Because they were so affordable. Like, my mum was like, oh yeah, here's like... They were like, I remember, weren't they like, at one point, like 35p or 40p or something stupid like that?
Match sets, you just get them like that. Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh I liked a lot more because of the TV show.
But
Yes,
I knew
was
my mum
obsessed
weren't
with
paying...
it.
I knew my mum weren't
Cool.
paying £3 a pack for a pack of cards, a pack of 10 cards.
That's why I had a whole lot of cards from unfinished decks.
Yeah, literally.
Cards that you couldn't use, but it's like I like them more.
Did either of you collect the Doctor Who playing cards?
I think I did. I did for a little bit, but because they were
I had the
expensive.
TARDIS.
Yeah, literally because they were expensive.
You had the fucking TARDIS.
I had the TARDIS.
Same.
Oh,
Yeah, I think someone gave me like a friend bought me the TARDIS for my birthday.
yeah.
Primary school friends are so much nicer, man. Because these are things that they literally want for themselves. Like, I'll give it to Jerome, he's my mate. I love that.
You know what's bad? It sounds so bad, man. It's funny you mentioned I was a thief. Probably should. I was a thief. It's bad. I used to steal money from my parents. It was bad. But
I think everybody's
yeah.
once.
But
I used to feel horrible.
Oh yeah, no, me too.
Like it wasn't something that I was doing in my like 11, 12 years. No. I think it must have been like maybe 6 or 7. You know, you take a 50.
Oh yeah. I was like
that.
I think I was most prolific when I was like 10. When the Doctor Who playing cards dropped, I remember once. Oh my god.
I used to feel so guilty. I was thinking I am a common thief.
Yeah, exactly. No, it generally got to a point where I was like, I'm a bad human being. What am I doing? I remember this so vividly. I think I stole like a 20 from my dad.
Oh no, you were to the. 20,
I stole a 20, yeah.
So you were onto the big stuff. You in the big leagues.
You know the worst thing
As
is,
a kid, £20. That was.
bruv, it was
can make
that
that could
was
stretch
rich.
back then.
That was oh man,
£20
that
could
yeah,
stretch
bruv.
back then. Yeah.
I remember,
This was pre-recession.
bruv, 20 quid. I remember, yeah. So I nicked 20 quid. And at that time, I didn't get my first
This
set of
guy
house
has
keys.
always been about that thieving life. Nothing's
I was a
changed.
bad kid,
I was
man.
saying this. I was literally saying, I stole a couple 50p's
No.
or something when I was like 6 or 7.
I stole a fiver
And
once. I came home.
Yeah, and literally saying I used to feel so guilty, and this guy saying he stole a 20.
The worst thing about this story, yeah,
Couldn't have been
is
me.
this was before I even had. I didn't even have house
Take a
keys.
seat.
Yeah, just take a seat. I didn't even have Marvin, as in.
Because you talk and then it's off camera and it's hard to hear. Sorry.
I had. Yeah, I got given. Like, I didn't even have house keys at this point. So my only way of getting out the house was climbing out my living room window.
This
So
is
I
insane.
Took a 20. I took a 20.
So you're a burglar.
Burgled your own
You're a
house.
burglar.
So I remember stealing a 20, yeah, on this Sunday when I was like 8. And I climb out the window. And my family friend, you guys have all met them, who live opposite me. I remember, well, I call him Uncle. He was stood opposite the house, and he was just looking at me. And I was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" I go to the shop and I come back. I steal more money, and I climb out the window again.
Mesh! What cards were you buying? So you
The
stopped.
Doctor Who cards.
How many packs did
I
you
think-
get for
I think-
20 quid? You would have got like.
You would have got the whole set.
You would have got like 40 packs, 40, 30 packs.
I think it was like how much?
They
was it?
weren't expensive.
I think I used to get 13 packs for like 20 quid.
I was gonna say they weren't
And,
that
I
expensive.
remember. So the second time,
So how much did you steal the second time?
20 again.
Oh my god! Jesus!
But I gave it,
don't
I
know,
gave
you
it
didn't
back.
learn this.
No, I gave it back.
This is grand larceny.
I gave it back.
Because literally, remember as a kid, you know how £20 could just stretch.
Bro,
Ah, 20 quid.
This is real
the
theft.
thing is, I had to give it back.
That's that teeth on £100 now, you know.
100.
100. That's
Yeah,
200 now,
The thing is,
Marvin.
all that money gone, your parents will notice it.
Bruv. And I remember I climbed out the window, and my uncle, he crosses the road, and he says, "I've seen you climb out of this window twice now. You know what I'm going to do? I know your parents. I'm going to call them." I go back inside. I unplug all the telephones in the house. But then
You're a smart kid, I wouldn't have thought of that.
he beat me to it. And I remember my dad getting up. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got a raw kid. I had to get the 20 pack. And my dad was like, "You spent £20 on playing cards."
What happened to the cars though?
Bro, you know what? I disposed of them.
I would have kept.
I've lost them. No, actually, no.
Wait, your dad let you keep the cards you spent the money on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Okay.
My parents wouldn't allow that.
Oh, no.
I
Do you know what I mean as a parent?
No. At that time.
No, you steal my money to buy cards. Even me as a parent, I'm gonna burn them in front of you.
I was thinking those are my
Oh, no,
cards.
you burned my money.
I'll be like, those are my cards. Give me
Yeah.
my cards.
Like, no,
burning them in
not
front of
gonna
you.
lie. If I was a parent, there better be rare cards. Because if they're not, I'm sorry, you're getting rid of them. They better be money
I
well
got
spent.
some good cards.
Okay.
Man.
No, you didn't give me the money, Marvin.
Oh, that's some good cards.
You'll never steal from me again. I'm burning them.
Don't kill.
I'm providing you with childhood trauma.
I've got some good cards.
This is so
I was
insane.
a bad kid, man.
Oh, look, I got
was
shiny
actually a terrible
David
kid.
Tennant. Fuck
I
off.
was a
Honestly,
terrible
sometimes I
kid.
think of myself as a kid. I was thinking, why was I like this?
Why was I? No,
Honestly,
Honestly.
that I was a terror.
Me
same.
too.
And the
Same.
thing is, I was well behaved, for the most part, at school.
Same.
But I'd go home. and
me
I was just
too.
a terror. I was causing havoc at home.
Me too.
Havoc when we're going out. Havoc in the shops.
You know-
And you know what's the worst part? It wasn't that I need attention or anything. I just thought it's fun to do bad
it's
things.
bad. Yeah.
I don't know what was
You
wrong.
know what's bad?
Yeah, I was thinking.
It took me about. Go on.
You know what it is though? Sometimes I hear stories from other people, like that one from Mahesh, no offense, pal. That's not the worst I've ever heard though. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't really that bad as a kid.
Man was climbing windows, you know.
I was a bad kid, man.
It's back then.
His own house.
I was a bad kid, man. No, the worst. Another really bad one. I remember when I got my first set of tumblers, and they can't have been more than a month old. And you guys have all seen it. When I played the
Yeah.
tumbler, you have to use a tuning hammer
Yeah.
to hit the rim. So 9-year-old me is like, "Oh, this is a hammer. Let me hit things." I hit through the skin, and I break the tumbler. You know what I did? I went downstairs and I was like, Radhika was about 3 years old at this time.
Wait. Okay. So first we have theft. First we have theft.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I used to do that to my sister all the
I
time.
can't lie, yeah. Let me not lie. When my cousins were born, yeah, I was thinking I've got new people to play. They can't punish them. They can't even talk.
Yeah. This is the thing. Radhika was free, and I remember going down, and I was like, oh yeah, Radhika broke the tabla, and then they were like, oh, it's okay, it happens. I think it genuinely took me about 8 years to tell my parents it was actually me who did it.
I've never told my mum all the stuff that
Oh,
I
I
lied
told
about.
her-
My
I
sister
told
do
her
it.
she had it,
most of the things I done, listen, they went to the grave. Like,
Yeah, same.
See Malcolm in the Middle, which I've actually started watching again recently. For Malcolm in the Middle, see how David died. Yeah, a lot of things they go to the grave.
Yeah.
But
To
yeah,
the point I've forgotten some of the worst things.
I
in life.
probably have too.
oh, I'm not.
That's that thing. Some things my parents have gone missing. No, I broke it. It's hidden. Disposal. You'll never find it. We moved house now. You'll really never find it.
I brought my PSP when I was like in year 5. I blamed my little sister, and I got bought a new PSP, and she didn't get punished. And I was
And it was
like,
like-
"This is a great, this is amazing.
Great outcome.
This is the best outcome of all
great
time."
outcome.
Nah, see, you man are lucky. If it's something breaks, that's it. I can't pin on anyone.
My sister wasn't even talking them times. I was like, "This is the best outcome."
Yeah.
I got a new PSP. You didn't get punished as your baby.
You know what's the worst one when your siblings actually do break something? Because break something. I used to say to my brother, "You break something of mine, and I will break you." And then he would be like thinking, "Well, now you threaten me, I have to do it."
It's like, is that dare? The very last thing I'll say on this, because I'm conscious of time, is that I got to a point. I used to go to this like religious thing with my family every Sunday. So it's based on the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the Hindu holy books, and it was really nice. Like they would give. I think it genuinely has given me a lot of like my sense of morality and what's right or wrong. And they teach
According
these
to what he
stories.
said, what sense of morality?
No, exactly. No. Listen,
them
I had a
actions-
turning
You
point.
clearly needed it.
Them actions are saying something different.
I had a turning. No, but this was after.
Oh no, this is what inspired change.
Huh?
This is what
It
inspired change.
Man
Inspired
had an
change.
epiphany.
Yeah. No, genuinely. So they would teach these like key teachings from the Bhagavad Gita, and they'd always use like a real life example. And I went to this camp thing in Easter. I remember Easter of year 8, and I was sat in like my room, and I was just thinking to myself, I'm a horrible human being. Like I am a horrible, because even in school, you guys didn't know me in year 7, year 8. I was a little shit. I would pick on people. They would cuss me. I would cry. I was horrible.
bully, you know?
I was horrible. I was a horrible child. And-
School bully,
Add that to the
burglar,
list.
like
School bully.
You really
lying on people.
Lying.
God.
I was turned your life around.
I
You know what? The
hope
worst
so.
part is I would expect none of those 3 things from Mahesh now.
Yeah.
He's really turned his life around.
But yeah, no, I genuinely, and then I was like, no, I actually have to sort it out. And I genuinely, since that time, I have. So I hope. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, one of my
That's nice.
friends, Elon,
Yeah.
he just got voted out of Love Island.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always.
How did you
he's-
guys meet? Sorry.
How did I meet him? I've known him pretty much my whole life.
Oh,
Yeah.
mad, crazy.
So yeah, he was telling me, I think, how many weeks ago? A few weeks ago, like, he said how I've changed so much when we were kids, like, thing, because you used to be a terror. Yeah.
Wait, you?
Yeah.
Oh,
He said you used to be a terror. I used to be a disruption at home, disruption in church.
You was
And I
a
don't even remember it, man. Because I just feel like this is a fun
See, so
place
you
to be at.
you didn't have the epiphany that Mahesh had. Religion didn't do it for
When
you.
I was a kid, I was thinking this is a fun place to be bad because it's so bad to be bad here.
I can't lie.
that was my mentality as a kid, man. Like I don't know, maybe I was acting like Bart Simpson and stuff like that. But I felt like, man, I was thinking bad things are so much more fun to do than good things. That's why when I'm going for a little streak of not being grounded, I'm thinking, hey, life is different these days. What's going on?
Was it Eddie Brock who said it in Spider-Man 3? He was like, it feels good to be bad. Is that what he said? When he was in the Venom scene?
think it
Something
was,
along those
yeah.
lines. Yeah.
That's the same man that went to church and prayed at a man's downfall.
literally.
You know how much hate you got having your heart to do that?
I actually remember saying this. I think I was like 7, and I said to my mum, I'm happy because I didn't do a single bad thing today.
At the age of 7.
That's how he knew he was a demon child.
Brothers in year 2.
Jesus Christ.
Brother should be focusing on sats. You know?
No, you don't even do sats today.
No, but have
You
you-
do?
No, you
Oh,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
key stage
stats.
2 one, yeah.
key
Yeah,
stage
see,
one.
they don't even tell you the stats. You
Yeah.
just see
Sats
them.
results for this year are, we're in trouble.
I saw them, man.
I heard
I saw
it's
them.
bad.
If I become, if I get high and I'm employed, I'm not employing anyone from this year. Yeah, you're all stupid kids.
They're bad. The Sats results are bad. But on that note,
Should probably wrap up.
yeah. On that note,
This has been a great podcast
Yeah, it has
of
been,
nothingness. We
yeah.
went completely off
We
topic.
just talked about
We
it.
said fuck the agenda.
we're just gonna riff and speak about what comes up. But thank you for listening as always. Please like, please share, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Notifications on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. 24th of August. Be there or be square. It's free. There is live music. There will be there will be a DJ. There will be AK Lloyd. There will be
DJ.
live segments. But genuinely, it'll be a really nice time. Free tickets. They drop. Well, they'll have dropped by the time this comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But yeah, take care of yourselves. Biz and Buzz out. Gone, leader.
What do you mean?
Start us off. Okay, little interlude. I know we touched on this on the anime hour, but I wanted to talk about Across the Spider-Verse. It's a film that I think all of us on the pod have now seen. We touched on it very briefly, but I've got a little bit of riff time, so I'm going to use this opportunity to delve into it even further. Before I do this, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? But if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert as always. But I just wanted to just solidify my thoughts on how fantastic that film is. Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite films of all time. Like, I think it's in my top 5, genuinely. Animated or live action, any film is in my top 5. And I loved, Into the Spider-Verse. I remember watching the initial trailer and thinking, okay, this looks cool. Like, I knew who Miles Morales was. I didn't know the story in depth, but I knew who he was, and I was like, okay, this looks cool. And I remember I watched it twice in cinemas. It just blew me away. The animation, the comedy, the voice acting, the music, and just the storytelling. It's just incredible. It's just fantastic. And so, having held Into the Spider-Verse in such high esteem, I was excited for Across the Spider-Verse, but I was wondering, part of me did think, okay, let's see how it holds up. And man, I think it has everything that is good about Into the Spider-Verse, but bigger. Like, we have more Spideys introduced, more universes. I think there's some amazing character development, and the revelations and kind of the links to those to even Into the Spider-Verse. There are hints and things that come to pass that were hinted at Into the Spider-Verse. Just a fantastic film. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's brilliant. It made me. I bought 2 of the Miles Morales omnibuses. I'm gonna read them. And Pavitra Prabhakar. Oh my god! As an Indian, seeing him on the big screen, absolutely brilliant. And that suit, cold. I said it before. It's cold. Oscar Isaacs killed it as Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. The Easter eggs were brilliant. We saw Childish Gambino. We saw the Insomniac Spider-Man in there. It was just brilliant. It was just a treat. Amazing. And I'm excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse.